Every time that you shoot on an FX3 or a Sony camera, you are given two files. You're given the video clip and this random thing called a .xml file. And in today's video, I'm going to explain what an XML file actually is, why deleting it can permanently damage your footage, and how understanding it can make you a much better videographer and video editor. Alright, first things first, what is an XML file? And this is what is known as a metadata sidecar. It doesn't contain the video and it doesn't affect the image quality of the video, but what it does contain is everything about how your video was captured. Think of it as like a birth certificate for the clip that you just filmed. And it includes things like which camera shot it, the exact date and time, the resolution and frame rate, color science like S-Log3 and S-Gamut, lens data, and even motion data from the camera's internal sensors. And you might be wondering, well, why does Sony even do this? Why do they have a video clip and an XML file? Well, the simple answer is that putting this data into an XML file doesn't slow down recording, especially in high bit rates. This XML file is also really important because it helps to prove your footage is authentic. The metadata confirms the clip closed properly, shows it wasn't corrupted, and verifies how it was recorded. And in higher end productions, such as broadcasts, documentaries, legal cases, or archival reasons, this file is absolutely paramount for those workflows. And even if you never work in those environments, this file can protect you from corrupted clips, relinking issues, and even legal issues. So for example, if you sell video footage on a stock website, such as iStock or Pexels or whatever, and somebody uses that footage for a video campaign or a documentary, and they didn't pay or didn't get permission from you to use that clip, the best way and the easiest way to prove that that footage is yours and is authentic to you is to use this XML file. It does happen, it's not unheard of, but it's there to help authenticate the footage if you ever need it. It's also worth keeping in mind that there are some features that you lose if you decide to delete this file. For example, if you want to use something called gyro stabilization and you use something called catalyst browse, I might make a whole video on this, so if that's something you would want, let me know in the comments. But if you want to use that software, you cannot get a good result, or any result, matter of fact, if you delete this file. So just be careful. If you do want to use that feature, you cannot use it if you delete this .xml file. Also, bonus tip, it's worth keeping in mind that this gyroscopic data is not captured if you keep on active stabilization. It has to be on standard or without any active stabilization whatsoever. So if you do want to use Catalyst Browse to stabilize your footage using gyroscopic data, you have to turn off active stabilization. So how does understanding this data actually make you a better videographer and a video editor? Well, the need for this data in the first place came from the cinema and broadcasting world, where this metadata was needed to make the post-production as seamless as possible. Editors, colorists, DITs, post houses, they use it to confirm color space, match cameras, debug exposure issues, stabilize footage properly, as we said, and archive media safely. When you hand over your footage as a camera operator to an editor, you look so much more professional if you have accurate and clean metadata. The colorist doesn't have to figure out what color space you filmed in so their pipeline can work accurately because it's in the metadata. If an editor wants to use gyroflow for whatever reason, they can because you have the metadata. You as a camera operator specifically need to make sure that you're giving your editors this XML file. They don't have to guess the frame rates or the color space or the resolution when editing a video. They can just figure that out from the metadata, record it, and crack on. And fundamentally, this makes working with external editors and colorists way more seamless. And if you are serious about scalability and building a production business, being a camera operator, working on professional sets, you need to know this and make sure that you keep it in mind when recording footage. Keep that XML file. I know it seems irrelevant, you might not ever need it again, but if you are serious about becoming a professional, you need to keep this file as safe as possible. Respect the XML, don't delete it, and yeah. If you found this video helpful, subscribe.